Bayonetta.
Hello guys, welcome to Bayonetta. I am Secrétaire, and this is the first episode of my Let's Play for Bayonetta 3. Today we'll be playing on a new game on the Expo difficulty. Just because it's pretty much the same from normal, besides the fact that enemies are just more aggressive and deal more damage.
When I was a kid, my father used to tell me something. There are no forks in the road of life. You just walk along, feeling your way through the grass and leaving a faint path behind. But if you turn around to look, you may get the strange feeling you've walked that path before. Or that someone was walking along with you, lending you the strength to press on. I'd always believed there was only one truth, but what if some other version of me on a distant world was searching for all possibilities? And what if, when all the possibilities were overlaid, the path that stood out the clearest was the real truth?
Alright, so first fight for Bayonetta 3 with the Records of Time, with introducing the new main villain. Here I'm just showcasing the new lock-in button. It's a lot more futuristic and streamlined, which is gonna be like two keywords for the new like artistic direction that the game took, I would say. It's very much so what and where Bayonetta 3 is going throughout the whole entire game, and the plot, and also like the visuals, and it's pretty interesting. And also like you can see with like the new enemy designs and, you know, color scheme, and it's very interesting because it's something that we've never like seen within the Bayo games, which always has been like following like angels and demons. Well, mainly angels for Bayonetta 1 and angels and demons for Bayonetta 2. And here we just have like androids, like human-like enemies. Okay, let's just talk a little bit about the game now. Okay, so Bayonetta 3 has been released like over a year now, a bit more than a year, which is quite interesting. So it's kind of crazy, to be honest. The game is really, really cool, even though for some backlash for the plot and some graphical difficulties, because, you know, FPF drops, some like graphics that are kind of weird. Like moments ago, we've just seen like Bill's face being like not very detailed and kind of like clunky and stuff. And now we're just seeing Bayo in a distress situation, which is something we're not used to.
Done yet.
The music in this game is really good. The soundtrack is like truly amazing. If I'm not mistaken, like Bayo 3's like soundtrack, like the actual CDs, are just as big and thick as like the width of the Switch dock, which is crazy. They've done an amazing job with the soundtrack. I love it. Here is just an auto scroller. We just have to wait for the lines to be over for us to move on. And like talking about like graphical issues and FPF drops, we will just see that in like in a minute, because like the transition will be kind of laggy, like right here, like what? And some of the quality is not as high, so it's pretty weird. Yeah. Not our Bayo 1. It's another Bayo, if you have played the game. Because it was not written in Squad Warfare, if you've noticed on the guns. It was within Gum Fair or something like that. I don't really remember. And new characters being introduced as well.
Stay back. You have a job to do, soldier.
Oh, this, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, and if I remember correctly, this is a Nier Automata reference. If you have played Nier Automata, a little bit at least, even the beginning, this is a reference to the black box to reset their programs during the prologue. And this makes like a one-time appearance. Yeah, seeing Bayonetta die feels really weird. I don't know if you've noticed, but there was a symbol on Viola's leg when Bayonetta transferred some of her magic. So, if you played the spin-off, Bayonetta Origin, it's a really important indicator because it's linked to something that is kind of major in the game and also in the spin-off. So I'm not gonna reveal everything now because it would be too easy. Also, I think this cube really hasn't been present much. Like it appeared like once here, and then they didn't really explain like the power or how they got this or how it works or whatever. Because she just like use it and teleports into another universe, or at least timeline, and she just, you know, disappears and just arrives in our Bayo's universe. New menu being introduced. Cool UI, by the way. And we're moving on to the prologue now. Also, like, real-life locations in Bayonetta feels kind of weird because, you know, even though in Bayonetta 2 we've seen Bayo and John walk around in, like, a big city, like New York, Manhattan, like, just like here, doing Christmas shopping, but it was never, like, precise or just, you know, noted as this city. So the fact that, like, actual location in, like, real cities is, like, pretty weird. Also, lesbians, the couple, like, just in the middle of the blue jackets are just lesbians, so round of applause. And we have our new Bayo. New look, new outfit, new hair, like every single game, and we love it. So, upon this cutscene, there are a couple things that we could talk about. First is going to be the director, because the people working on this game kind of change every single game, unfortunately. Even though, you know, the creator of Bayonetta, the franchise, Hideki Kamiya, has been supervising each game. I mean, directing the first game and supervising this game in Bayonetta 2 as well. And as seen here. And Bayonetta 2, the producer became the director, and here we have a new director, Yusuke Miyata. And Yusuke Miyata is a pretty known game designer and conceptualizer, if that's the word. And he is known for he's known as a game designer on titles for popular anime series such as Fullmetal Alchemist 3, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations, and he was also the lead game designer for Bleach Soul Resurrection. And since he joined Platinum Games, he's contributed to titles like The Wonderful 101 and Astral Chain, which Astral Chain is going to be a major source of inspiration for this game, since Yusuke Miyata worked on that game, and you will see it, especially, like, you know, the futuristic vibe and theme in this game is major for Astral Chain, and also some of the mechanics. Hi, we're done. The Pen Pizza, it's so cute. I love it. I don't know how they came with that, and it's so cool. The second thing is the voice acting. We have new voice actors.
Everybody's getting screwed today.
With Enzo talking here, we have a new voice actor for him, because if I'm not mistaken, I haven't done my research on that, but Enzo's voice actor passed away, unfortunately, and was replaced for Bayonetta 3. And if you're a Bayo fan, or at least you've heard of Bayo, like, before the release, you've known about a little issue that the community has and the fan base had. And I mean, not an issue, but a major drama situation with Elena Taylor being replaced by Jennifer Hill for the English voice actress. And here we're just witnessing Jennifer Hill's work. She's a very renowned and known voice actress. And the weird thing is that when we heard that it was not the same voice, we were like, oh, okay, that means it's another Bayo, because we thought that Elena Taylor was still working on the game with Platinum Games, because the Japanese voice acting is the same actress. The voice is the same voice actress. It's Atsuko Tanaka, and they still work with her, but we kind of wondered why, and then it was kind of like, is that a plot hole? Is it like an issue? And then we just heard that, you know, when everything came into light, and then, you know, another Taylor lied, you know, they had to change the voice actress for Bayo, and they selected Jennifer Hale, which is a excellent voice actress. But I'm not a fan of Jennifer Hale for that role, because first of all, Jennifer Hale is not British, so her accent kind of feels awkward at times, and maybe it's because I have a bit of a brain rot, and I'm just too used. I'm used to like Anna Taylor's voice, but I think it doesn't fit like the Bayo vibes and what, you know, Elena Taylor did like years ago with Bayonetta 1.
The hell is that?
But I think Jennifer Hale did a fine job at, you know, trying to get the vibe and the essence of like what Bayo gives through her voice and the attitude, and, you know, the sultry voice and the sexiness, but also being very chic and glamour and, you know, put together and stuff. So it's very interesting. I'm not a fan of it, unfortunately, but it's still a fine job.
Look like a damn taxi driver?
So now we have a little bit of plot happening with Viola looking for Bayonetta. We still don't know why. I mean, for now, obviously. And oh, that dress is questionable. I know that Mari Shimataki does and did, I mean, has done and is still doing an amazing job with her concepts for Bayo, like, truly remarkable. I love her so much. But yeah, this prologue is very intense. I think it's one of the most intense prologue in terms of like plot dumping and like how long the cutscenes are and like the fights and stuff. It's very like generous. It's a pretty good prologue, but I don't know. I think Camille wrote the whole entire plot and the voice lines and stuff for each character, and I think they kind of try too hard to make like Bayo references into Bayo, which is fine, but just sometimes it feels like someone that heard about Bayo wrote the lines and then like, oh yeah, let's just be like put some insults and like some major quotes. Oh my god, Pan Pan Pizza, I love it. It's so cute. It's so cute.
Get lost, Enzo. Can't have you dying before I get my dough.
I was about to say that it's very weird that we see like Bayo and Radon like acting while being seen by human beings, but it's like they can, you know, they walk in the streets and stuff, but like they don't show like their power and stuff, you know what I mean? But here we just have like Radon and Bayo and everybody else just like literally fight with like people around them while being seen, because in Bayo 2, you know, they in the prologue and stuff, if you have played Bayo 2, it's like it feels kind of weird. And just have like Rodon just be like, okay, let me just punch that guy, when usually he's just like, yeah, take the guns. Oh, soundtrack is amazing, dude. So good. I just love how casually they speak to each other while being like feet apart. It's so funny. Like, I think it's so stupid but so funny. Okay, new enemies introduced. And the new enemy presentation is pretty cool. But I like the color scheme. Oh my god, that remix is so good. But the color scheme is really good. I like the white and jade stuff. It's a good color combination. With some enemies having like a hint of purple, which is pretty cool as well. Which is kind of like the main color for Bayonetta 3. But some of the enemies do not have enough details within their color scheme to be very like unique in their own way and shine as their own. Like I have like 200, 300 of like worth of playtime on this game, and I still cannot remember any of those guys. Yay, transformation time. Foot shot. Weird. So the new song. The new battle music. This is the moon music. Moonlight Serenade, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, one thing as well is like she did a flip kick, and there were like purple trails, but you're supposed to only have trails in the cutscenes when you have like, well, I mean in the game you're supposed to have trails when you have like the main guns equipped, right? Like if you look at Bayo 1 and Bayo 2, when she does like the first fights with the handgun, there are no trails. And here there are trails. It's pretty weird. I don't know why I don't know what was the executive decision to just do that. Which I don't know. It's weird. Because in game it's normal to have the trails, but in cutscene, I don't know. Okay. So, first fight with the guns. Let's see how it goes. So, the handguns are majorly changed in this game because of new mechanics and major mechanic change. Because in Bayonetta 3 you do not have sets for your hands and feet anymore. It's just you have one weapon and that's it. You have like two sets of separate, like you have set A and set B, but you cannot put like one type of weapon on your hand and another type of weapon on your feet anymore. It's like the same weapon for hands and feet now. And those weapons are linked to demons now, and some attacks are made by the demon itself. And the guns have that as well, for the like the 5-punch attack. After the spin attack, she's supposed to do like a barrage of punches. But the handguns do not have that power, so you cannot do the full attack for some reason, and it's super weird, because that makes like the handguns like very hard to work with and to damage with, and it just feels very incomplete. So no more handguns run anymore. You cannot challenge yourself anymore, because it feels literally just a handicap now.
More cheap toys.
Be a one reference. I don't know if you noticed, but on the van it's written Infinite One, which is like Gordon's title. I think like there was a lot of cute details here. Pretty cool. I like that. I like the fact that the team is still paying attention to what they did previously with the games. You know?
Just give me my order before I lose my cool.
Yeah. Order up!
New Manama butterfly design. Lovely. And this is the first introduction of the Demon Masquerade. So basically, Bayonetta and the demon associated with the weapon that she's using can merge together and can do attack while having an appearance and a physique that is, you know, matching the demons. And it's a pretty cool, unique mechanic.
Just hope you can keep up. Seems like these guys are built different than usual.
More new faces, I see. Then perhaps a bit of fancy dress is in order.
Okay, so we have the new battle theme now, Affine. So this is the Demon Masquerade attack that I was talking about previously. So let's talk about the gun now. The guns are named Color My World. They have a triple barrel, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about, you know, the gems and what is written and stuff. So for her right hand gun, we have a white bee charm and gem. The gun is named Orange Blossom, and its engraving reads as warm like feeling those it touches with love. In her left hand, with her yellow ladybug charm and gem, the gun is named Yellow Sunshine. The engraving reads as rays of hopes in darkness guiding the lost. On her right heel gun, we have a green beetle charm and gem. The gun is named Green Grass. And the engraving reads as a glow of vitality giving the strength to carry on. Then for the left heel gun, we have a blue dragonfly charm and gem as well. The gun is named Blue Sky, and the engraving reads as tender light giving peace and tranquility. It's inspired by, obviously, the song with the same title, sorry. I haven't listened to the song, by the way, to be honest. And here we have the new UI for the medals. And we also have a new scoring system. Not scoring as itself, but like how the chapter and scoreboard works. It's kind of interesting. And also kind of changes how you pro platinum your chapters and levels. Especially if you want to do pro platinum runs, it's a lot easier now.
Size isn't everything, you know.
Oh, by the way, now when she summons, when she do climax summoning, she loses all of her clothes. She used to be like half naked, and like not lose her shoes and not lose her gloves. And now she loses everything, which is
That thing ain't from Paradiso.
a, interesting change. But I think it kind of loses the charm of just like being, it's almost like burlesque.
Think fast, Bayonetta.
And I think that was like, look, I'm sexy, a little bit provocative, but not like, it's not vulgar or, tasteless.
I'll be damned if it ain't the Demon Slave.
This is the new main mechanic of the game, called Demon Slave.
Lost for good.
And it's pretty interesting. It's basically, from what the devs talked about, it's basically what they wanted to do with Umbran Climax and Bayonetta 2, but couldn't know how to execute it. But basically what it does, it gives you the ability to fully control a demon that you can summon. So it's pretty cool. One thing that I would say is that some enemies are very hard if you not use them. And if you use them as in like the demons. And it's kind of like what happened in Bayonetta 2, which like you could play the game without using the main mechanic. But it's like, they almost like force you to use Demon Slave, which is like logical because you play the game for the new mechanic and the developers want you to use the mechanic, obviously. But sometimes you kind of want to just do like dodge offsets and cool stuff. But the mechanic itself has a lot, and I mean a lot of depth, and it's so interesting. I haven't been really keeping up with what's new with the Demon Slave, but there are some Twitter people that lab the game and the mechanic and discover a lot of different stuff. It's so interesting. So shout out to them. So for now we don't have much info on what's really going on, plot-wise, obviously. But, it looks very concerning because usually the, enemies are not attacking civilians or, witch or sage people. And now they're just attacking, they're just destructing everything. Exactly, what are they? By the way, if you haven't noticed, on Bayo's leg, the little, pattern, I would say, is inspired from the prototype of Bayonetta 1 for her costume. Hello, Jean. New design as well. Still with her motorcycle and just Slayer. We just love to see it. Jean's design is, I would say, pretty good in this game. I'm kind of not mad, but kind of sad that they just didn't do, another hair length for Bayo 3, because in Bayo 2 she had, extremely long hair compared to, a pixie cut in Bayo 1, and I kind of wanted her to have, some, a haircut that uses long hair, but looks, very short, like a French twist, for instance. You need long hair, but it looks very short when you do it. and I kind of wanted that for her. Could look very good and very classy.
Let's go.
Handkerchiefs for charms is like not very Jean-like, but
Here.
the color kind of ties everything up with the pink and crimson red. So it's like a pinkish red, and it kind of looks good. I like it. I really like it. So here we have a new demon being introduced. Well, at least we don't know what it looks like or the name of it, but we're fighting demons now. What's really annoying about some of these fights is that the camera sometimes locks you in a very weird angle and you cannot really see attacks. Like here, like you cannot see attacks sometimes. It's like very weird and complicated, and so they have massive hitboxes and you can just get hit because of the camera, and it's super annoying. Also, yeah, new Wicked Weaves, because, you know, you do not summon Wicked Weaves like the same way now, because they don't use their hair anymore. They use like Demon Masquerade because of the new mechanic. So you have Madama Butterfly and here Madama Sticks with like no hair to just sling them together because, you know, new mechanic basically. I don't know why they keep on doing this to Jean. Like in Bayo 2, you know, it was like, okay, the plot, but now they're just doing this and just like Jean is being like a damsel in distress. It's like, no, Jean is never that kind of woman at all. And here we have Kraken. By the way, this demon that you can obtain, I don't know if it's still the same or if they patched it. I don't think they patched it, but on release, with this demon, you could literally one-shot Rodon when you try to fight him with the platinum ticket. And it's actually broken because once we be able to just look at demons' abilities and stuff, you'll see that they have like a special ability with a button, and Kraken's was like one of the best, probably still is by the way, but for Rodon it was like you just one-shot him. It's so weird. I don't know if they patched it. Here for this fight you're literally obliged to use Demon Slave. I mean, they kind of want you to get familiar, like, you know, get a little bit familiar with the mechanic. And you have also a new magic system going with it. So we do not have orbs anymore. We have a magic bar on, you can see that on the bottom left corner. It's, so any abilities that previously used magic, such as, I don't know, maybe Tetsuzanko or Hill Stomp, do not require your magic anymore. And now you have magic for, it's basically like a time gauge, and triggering Demon Slave takes a chunk of magic now. And you need like a minimum of magic as seen here in the bottom as well to be able to activate, you know, your Demon and Demon Slave. And what you've seen with the rocket here are the new torture attacks. Torture attacks in this game are really different, and basically, depending on the type of enemies you put in a stun state, they basically, you kind of do like an AoE torture attack now. It's not like a matter of positioning and weapon that Bayo has sometimes. It's just like in Bayo 1 you just, you know, if you were in front of them that did like a torture attack, and then if you were behind them that did like another torture attack and stuff. And they changed that for Bayo 2, and they kind of like developed that for Bayo 3 with like an AoE effect basically. So basically if you have a whole entire wave of enemies and you put them in a stun state, you can press like X and A for all of them, and that just do like automatic torture attack, which is really weird. But also like really cool. I could just, oh my god. Madame Butterfly in this game is so pretty. Like, I did an amazing job for her. Oh my god. It's amazing. Genuinely. Also, we're completely ignoring the fact that they do not have Centipede within and Snake within anymore. You can just breathe underwater, I guess. I don't know why they kind of removed that. It's kind of too bad, I guess. Like, she just flies underwater now. Hi, we're done. How you doing? The pin of prawn. So cute.
Playing the Good Samaritan, Rodin. How dreadfully noble.
We gotta talk. Preferably someplace a little quieter.
So the new results screen and the new trophies as well. And new voice lines.
Quite the captivating show.
They're pretty cool. The music as well. Also, something we haven't talked about is that we have new types of currency as well that will be explained in the lore as well. So yeah, that's it for now with the prologue and also the Records of Time before. So I'll see you in the next chapter, chapter 1, Scribbling for Answers, and I'll see you next time. See ya, people.